It's Divas That Care Radio. Stories, strategies, and ideas to inspire positive change. Welcome to Divas That Care, a network of women committed to making our world a better place for everyone. This is a global movement for women, by women, engaged in a collaborative effort to create a better world for future generations. To find out more about the movement, visit divasthatcare.com after the show. Right now, though, stay tuned for another jolt of inspiration.
Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. We are on another episode of SheBa Shares. Let me tell you something. I've been on a marathon. After the summer. Listen, after the summer, you get redirected. You're doing all these things. And then I say, you know what? It's time for me to pick up gears. I got to pick up gears. So we are on a marathon, not only for just this holiday season, but specifically for my birthday. I have started the shenanigans. I'm not even going to go there because I don't want anybody to be just upset with me. But let's just say that I love my birthday. I really, really do. And I love spending my birthday, even though it's not until November 29th, but I love spending my birthday with positive energy, good vibes, laughing, smiling, enjoying life. But most importantly, as you know, my mission, my mantra, my purpose, my life is everything relating to women empowerment. That is what I feel like I was born to do. I know it. I believe it. And I've been doing a lot of work in it, around it, with it, for it. So I'm so excited to have another awesome, amazing woman on the show today. Are you ready? I am so ready. I mean, I think, I'm going to stop talking. Listen, Karsta, please give us the honor, the privilege of introducing yourself. Tell us about yourself. Where are you interviewing from? Come on, talk to us. Go ahead.
I just want to sit and listen to you. Like, your energy is so contagious. And I'm sure it isn't every episode. I haven't gone back and listened to it, but just even so, for those of you listening who don't know, SheBa and I we collaborated on a book together, and in our little group chats, just the energy just radiated even through your DM messages. I'm like, oh my God, this girl, just energy all the time. I'm sitting here barely finishing my coffee, and you're like, I love it. Yes. So my name is Karsta. I am logging on today from the balmy state of Minnesota. I think we're in the teens today. I haven't even checked it. I don't even look. I just grab my coat, and if I need it, I put it on, and if not, it's a good day.
Exactly.
It's just, because it's either cold or really freaking cold, Yeah, it's terrible. So I am a writer along with SheBa. I am a speaker. I'm a coach. Right now I'm part-time teaching in a high school just to kind of get out of the house a little bit, do some things.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But so you're all about empowering, and I am too. I like to take the tough love approach a little bit. So my mantra, as I shared with you, SheBa, is fine isn't good enough. I feel like so many times, either out of fear of the unknown, either out of our own BS stories that we tell ourselves, maybe, for me, sometimes it's just out of sheer laziness, whatever it is.
Yep.
We have this, mountain of excuses for why things are fine the way they are. And so I'm just going to sit back and, take it easy. Right. Mm-hmm. And I did it for years. We all do it, but I think there's so much more out there for you. And so I love to give people a little bit of tough love. Okay, that's your excuse. But what's the reality, and how can we work around? Really? And that's the thing, tough love, but how can you work around that? Right. I don't have enough money. Okay. I get that. I'm with you. What are we going to do about it? What can you do instead? Or I don't have enough time. Okay. I'm going to call BS on that because I bet you do. But let's say for real, you don't. How can we work around that? And so that's my big thing. I like to help people find those workarounds in the areas where they feel stuck.
I like that because I don't know about you, but we're going to chat, we're going to chat because I pride myself in that accountability as well. We say tough love, accountability. And what I've noticed is that a lot of individuals, especially women, they're challenged by that. They sometimes, have heard, oh, you think you're better than people, you think you're this, and people will just drop you like a hot potato
Yeah, right.
because of that challenge. You know what I mean? Like you said.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to always tell people, listen, I'm telling, if you hear the conversation I have with myself, you would be like, oh, this chick is out of her mind. But I have my toughest conversations with myself first, because I have to hold myself accountable before I can hold, anybody else accountable.
Right.
So it's refreshing to hear. I like what you said, those workarounds. I love that. Where did that come from? It's just a part of your
I'll be honest. That exact phrasing literally just came to me because I even wrote it down, because I was like, I've been on a little bit of a mission to kind of just fine tune my messaging a little bit, fine tune like what's my approach. And so I've been struggling with it. So as I said it, I was like, damn, that's it. Just writing it down. Yeah, that's it. It's that idea. Like I just had coffee with a friend last week, and she's definitely not one to make excuses 100%, but she's also like, things are fine the way they are. They really are. Like I'm doing something I enjoy, but like, I don't have the passion for some things that I used to have. And I'm like, talk about that. Like, why not? What's going on? And it was just a coffee conversation. It wasn't like I was coaching or anything, but coming out of that, she's like, that's it. I just need to do some little things, right? It doesn't have to be these big, huge, when you're feeling stuck in your career, it's not like you have to jump ship and go get a new career. You can if you want.
Right.
But maybe it's just setting up some boundaries within the one you have, right? And so let's talk about the baby steps you can take to make things just better.
Right. I see that. Because just looking at your social media platform, just having conversations with you, and one of the things that you mentioned was releasing those badges of honor that are holding you back from creating your epic life. So, what would you say is the number one? You've worked with, I'm pretty sure, a lot of women, or maybe some men, so forth and so on, right? So, what do you think is the number one, quote unquote, badge of honor that's holding people back from creating their epic life? What do you think it is?
Okay, so I'm going to say this, and there's going to be some people that hear it, and there's going to be a little bit of hate. So let me finish and explain.
Yes, please.
It's our capital T trauma.
Drop the mic.
I say that with all the love, because I don't know how much of my chapter you read. I've experienced my fair share. And that, like, I'm not here to, like, it's not a woe is me situation, but I did for a lot of years, right? I classified myself as the girl whose parents were divorced at a time when divorce wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
I was the girl who had been sexually assaulted by a family member. I was the girl who had experienced all of these things, and I wore them like badges of honor because people kept telling me, like, oh, you're so strong to have endured all of those things. And right, that kind of builds you up. But in order to stay that way, you have to continue to live in it.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you have to continue reliving it for yourself, or you have to continue almost like finding new traumas, or even if your current situation is, at least this was for me, like my current situation was fine, but I was the queen of finding all the things that were wrong with it. And I think that's the biggest thing, right? We get so used to, like, everything's supposed to suck just because that's kind of the world we live in, right? Everybody's crabby and pissy all the time. And so we're supposed to, like, everybody's supposed to, how's everything going? And you're supposed to, like, start talking about all the ways that things suck, right? Oh, I'm so busy with the holidays, or, oh, I'm so busy with this, or, oh, I don't have enough for that. And so it's this idea that we're almost like, we live in this world where we're supposed to continue suffering.
Wow.
So not necessarily, maybe not the big T traumas, like that's a whole other, but just that idea that we're just supposed to somehow live in this yuck. And like, no, like, you don't have to. Get off your pity party and go change some things if you don't like what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's what you're saying is absolutely. You don't have to rephrase it. You don't have to water it down. One of the things that I learned from Linda, actually, Sunshine,
Yeah,
is
excellent.
I love, oh my God, Linda, if you're listening, we love you. We love you.
Yeah, we do
freaking
love you.
We freaking love you,
Oh
right?
God.
But one of the things that I learned, because I'm actually in the process, very beginning stages of, doing my own anthology. And I, met with her and I spoke with her and I shared with her, some things. And she was like, SheBa, first of all, I freaking love it. That's like, so I was like, well, thank you. And then she said, but you know what? It's not going to be for everyone. So I'm telling you that right now. And even though, you know how you hear things, but it's when a certain person says it, then it's like, okay, I got it now. I got it now. She was like, it's not. And she said, but that's okay, because you're not for everyone. You're not like, even, I'm pretty sure some people, my energy is very annoying. I remember one time, I remember one time when I was working, well, I'm working now, but when I was working in a preschool program, this lady, she had the balls, I kid you not, to say to me, what did she say? Oh my God, I'm trying to remember in the moment. She said, like, my happiness makes her nervous or something. She's scared or something like that. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like you said, I'm relating it back to what you said. And she thought that I was like faking. And as they say, my right hand to God, there's no fake bone in me. Like when I'm pissed off, I'm like, you'll know. When I'm happy, you'll know. When I'm annoyed, like I'm not that type of, that's not my struggle, as they say. It's never been my struggle, So I was just looking at her, but it in a moment, it actually saddened me too. Because I'm like, I can't just like, because I'm, like you said, moping around, my husband cheated on me, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not, So right. that was our aha moment. Like, you're right. People are afraid of happiness, so to speak. Mm-hmm. People are afraid of, that's interesting. And it reminds me of just this place of comfort, even in trauma.
Yeah. Right. Like you can have that. And like, those things don't have to, all those things that happen to you, whatever they are, no matter how big, or whether they're capital T, little t, no matter if they're big to you, small to somebody, it doesn't matter. All those things are part of who you are. They make up your story of who you are. I wouldn't trade any of mine for the world, because that's what, like, literally is, right? There's that old adage, like, if you took the left turn instead of the right, like literally every decision you make along the way, but they don't have to define who you are. Mm-hmm. And they don't have to control what your future looks like.
Right.
Right? It's you're the author of your story, right? We hear that all the time. Okay, so the past didn't look quite how you wanted it to, and and maybe you probably have some healing to do from that. You got some big emotions to deal with. Do all of that, but like you said, find comfort in those things are done. Mm-hmm. And where are you now, and how can you make the now better?
Right.
Right?
Yeah. So speaking, I know you mentioned that you're a coach. There's so many, I feel like coaches are just, I love it. But so what is your ideal, client? Who is your ideal client?
Oh, I think I actually, as we're sitting here talking about all this stuff, I have a really hard time with people who like to sit in sort of that woe is me. Like, that's not my deal. You've got some things to figure out first when you're ready to move. So like that girlfriend that I had coffee with last week, she would be my ideal client. She's perfect. She's like, you know what? Things are good. Something's just off.
Got it. Mm-hmm.
Right? So someone who's kind of really open and willing to say, I'm good, but I'm not great. Mm-hmm. Can you help me get to great?
Wow.
Can you help me get from fine to epic? Like, that's, using my words, fine to epic. How do I do that? Okay, let's talk about it. What does epic look like? First of all, that'd be my first step. What does epic look like? I have a visualization exercise it's part of my vision board workshop that's coming up. It's like the first thing I do with every one of my one-on-one clients. We need to create that vision first, right? For what epic really looks like. And actually, more importantly, what it feels like, mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. So that you can find those comforting moments when current reality isn't maybe what, maybe current reality isn't epic, but I can find moments of that if I know what it's supposed to feel like for me. And then, like I said, what are the small things you can do to tweak and integrate epic into your current reality so you can have those comforting moments?
Right. So I know that you're near and dear, something that's so near and dear to your heart. Oh my, I remember this, you're going to share about it, but I remember I learned a whole lot about this in high school, believe it or not. When I was in high school, I was a part of this program called Travel and Tourism.
Okay.
And I just I just love this program. I wish everybody would do this program because it's like each year they'll hone in on a specific area. So 9th grade, you learn how to type. 10th grade, you learn about geography. 11th grade, you learned about like the Microsofts and so forth. And then senior year, you ran your own business. And so guess who is the CEO?
It's shocking.
If I do say so, I'm joking. So we learned
Shocking.
so much. We learned so much, about this. And I want you to share the cause that's near and dear to you is Dress for Success.
Yeah.
As I can imagine, as I'm in the moment, I'm thinking of like a physical representation of this, but I'm also thinking about a figurative representation of this as well, like Dress for Success. So I don't know if that is a part of your vision, but share with me.
Yeah. So I actually kind of stumbled on it. If you would have asked me probably even just 2 years ago, I don't think that would have been my answer. But my mom over the years has donated her clothing to this organization. And their whole mission is really to help women who are in challenging situations, whether they're coming out of abusive relationships or loss of a job or whatever, right? They're trying to make it on their own and their, circumstances aren't great. And so they originally started, they just wanted to provide clothing for these women to be able to go on job interviews and to get jobs, right? Because sometimes when you've been in those, especially the abusive situations where maybe there's some financial, right, they hold money over your head, so you don't have money, you don't have things, right? Sometimes you leave with the clothes on your back, that kind of situation. And so their original mission was just to offer clothing, almost like a Goodwill type situation, only you could go in and get like a certain number of outfits for free. And then after that, you had to pay, kind of thing. Right. They've now sort of, I don't want to call it franchise, like their chapters around the country now kind of each have a little bit different focus, but the one here in Minneapolis is really focused on also the empowerment piece in terms of getting these women coaching for specifically for careers. Maybe it's coaching them on how to write resumes, maybe it's how to do that. Ooh. And I kind of was attached to it on the peripheral, just watching my mom, and she never really did anything with it other than she talks to everybody, so she knew everybody. And here she was donating her clothes. And then my grandmother, as she was aging and just physically shrinking, she would get new clothes. And she would always say to my mom, where was that place you take your clothes? And so my grandmother would start donating her clothes. She didn't even know what it was, but she would just donate her clothes because she had all these business suits from when she was working. Right.
Right.
And so there's always something on my peripheral. And then a year and a half ago, I was I just started kind of reading about them, and I was I wonder, I should see if I can coach with them, just to, maybe even just coach for volunteer coach, get some clients, whatever. So I got connected with the kind of the education program manager, who's an amazing human. And so I've done some workshops for them. I've attended a couple just to see they're just amazing. Like I said, they're trying to empower women in all areas, right? Yes, clothing, but also we had a workshop just a couple of weeks ago that was all on self-care. How can you really weave in self-care? It doesn't have to always be the bubble baths, how can we really take care of ourselves? How can the importance of drinking water, just all the things. So I just really, that one has become near and dear to me right now, just because it's kind of right in alignment with everything I'm about. And so, it's just amazing.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, I wish I was in Minnesota. I was in Minnesota
they have them all over the country, so go find one near you. Truly, they have different chapters and different all over.
Is there a specific name, or?
It's Dress for Success Worldwide is the mother company.
Got it. Okay.
And then each city, ours is Dress for Success, Twin Cities. There's Dress for Success all over the country. So it's just Dress for Success and then look for your area.
Oh, well, that's listen, I'm gonna look for it. Trust me. I'm encouraging the listeners to let's say it one more time. Dress for Success.
Yeah, and then whatever your area, I bet if you went to their website, you could search your area and find one near you.
Perfect. I'm gonna look at
all over.
Mm-hmm. That's
and I'm friends with other coaches who are doing some things in collaboration with them, and it's amazing.
That is absolutely amazing. So listeners, you heard that. You heard that. You need to find a Dress for Success wherever you are. And support this cause. This cause. It's absolutely amazing. And as I mentioned before, I love the fact that when you said dress for success, as I mentioned before, I knew there was like this physical, of course, clothes and so forth and so on, but another dress for success that you can't see, that you can't touch, meaning, but you can see it, meaning, like you said, resume building, empowering, self-care, water.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's fine. I'm pretty sure they have some financial coaches or something like that.
Oh, 100%.
Oh my goodness. I just love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you didn't really go into everything that you're doing. I know that for a fact. I'm pretty sure, like you said, your cat was flipping like, lady, what are you doing? Right. So
trying to be crazy.
But with all that you're doing, what are some secrets, tips on how do you do it all? How do you balance it all? Do you have any tools or tips for the listeners? Share with us what you do.
I think it really does go back to, even if you're not a visualization meditation person, we hear it all the time. And I know a lot of people think it's really cliche, but it really is. Like, my plate is really full, but it's really full of things that bring me joy.
Mm-hmm.
And so it really is. And it doesn't even mean having to say no, because we're also freaking afraid to say no. It just means say yes to enough things. So when your plate's full, when somebody comes to you and it's not in alignment, you can say, sorry, my plate is legitimately full, right? It's not turning things down. It's just shifting where your focus and your energy is. My focus right now is growing as a coach, growing as a speaker, spending time with my kiddos that I love and adore. And right now, putting some time and effort into teaching, just that one's a little bit more out of necessity, but still, like, it still brings me joy, right? And if I don't want to do something, I'm not going to do it. I'm just not.
Oh my goodness. I never
and
knew
I'm
that.
not going to apologize for it. Like
that too. That is right.
Because here's the thing. And I think if somebody's listening and they need that permission, like, oh my God, how does she do that? Somebody else wants to do whatever you don't. There's somebody else that wants to do that. There's somebody else that's passionate about it. There's somebody else that is good at it. There's tons of people that are better at things than me. So like, when I say no, I don't feel bad.
Yeah.
You're going to go find somebody else that would do that way better because they want to. I don't want to. So I'm going to do a crappy job anyway.
Well, I love that. I never knew I would find a twin in Minnesota. I never. It's like, what? This is amazing.
So funny.
That I would find this in Minnesota. I'm trying to look for the rest of my twins around the world. But this is so amazing. So share with us what's next for you. How can we connect with you on, social media? Share with us, those things.
You can connect with me. My website is karsta@karstamarie.com. Or sorry, that's my email. Karstamarie.com is my website, @karstamarie for most of my socials. Next on board, if people really want to connect, I do have 3 sessions of my signature vision board workshop. It ain't your mama's vision board party, let me tell you. And I'm super excited. This is the second year I've really packaged it and kind of put it out there. I did it this way myself a couple of years ago. And it's just, one of the girls that did it last year just reached out. She's like, oh my God, because I used her words as a testimonial or whatever. And she goes, actually, I ended up doing that thing that you said twice, not just once. Like, whatever she put on there, she manifested twice in the same year. So it's amazing. And I'm super excited. It's coming up in December. There's 2 dates in December and 1 in January for all my procrastinators out there, because I know they're out there. So yeah, if they want to just reach out to me on social, I can get them set up to do that.
I know this is probably a silly question, but it's virtual.
It is virtual. Yep. We get a little Zoom room going.
Yeah.
And we hang out, and it's super fun.
Okay, all right, good. I was like, is this a dumb question? No, but
no, it's not a dumb question.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So one last time, let us know how they can connect with you. Yeah. And one last time, let us know how they can connect with you.
Yes. Email me at karsta@karstamarie.com. That's probably the easiest. Or I would say Instagram, like DM me on Instagram, and it's, I think, karsta.marie, I think is my handle.
Right. Yeah, I know this gets interesting. She had to put 2 A's and anyway, but
yeah, right.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for being like the coach of coaches. And thank you for your time. You are balancing a lot of things. So I'm going to respect your time, and
Yes.
hopefully, in the future, you can come back. You feel free to come back.
I would love to come back.
Yes, we will connect.
I want to hear more about your other book too. Let's talk about that.
Oh yeah, trust me, you will. I'm just Linda Sunshine waiting for me. She's waiting. She's waiting. Trust me. Everyone is going to hear about it. I'm so excited, but I just want to do it right. I feel this, not a hesitation, but more like and just do it right. So I know Linda is the one for it. So I'm excited about that. But so listeners, listen, we had another amazing woman, amazing coach, entrepreneur, speaker, author, #1 international bestseller.
Yeah, thank you. Come on, get it right.
Sorry, put some respect on her name. I love it. So until next time, I will see you all later. Thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. This show was brought to you by Divas That Care. Connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on divasthatcare.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter so you don't miss a thing.